Yo, what's up, Stony people? I am your host, Boogie, and I want to welcome you to the Mo Better Buzz channel. We're over here, we grow Mo so we can smoke better. So if that's what you do, you in the right spot. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, do we got some fire here starting for you. This is episode 1 of the Skunk Devil Genetics Devil Fruit HC Feminized Run. But before we get into all that, if you don't mind, please go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and like this video, go ahead and drop a comment, and share it to some family and friends. I appreciate all the love. So without further ado, let's jump into these genetics. As I just stated, we are running the Skunk Devil Genetics Devil Fruit HC Feminized Seeds by way of the Upper Vault. When you have the time, make sure you go to theuppervault.com, create you a profile, scope out the website, and copy you some fire genetics. Not only from SDG, but from all the other breeders that they have there on the website. Now you can pause the video right here to read a little bit more in detail about the lineage, but the mother plant is the Cushman's crossed with the cross of Wedding Cake and Purple Punch, and the father plant is the Albany Sour Diesel crossed with NL1. The flower time is 8 to 10 weeks, and the flavors is a sour, funky gas, sweet, creamy Kush, light grapefruit juice. Sounds very, very tasteful. I'm excited to see these coming through. This is the pack of seeds here. I really love the artwork on this. If you are into One Piece, then you know the history behind the devil fruit. So I really like that artwork. Plus, it's purple, and if you know me, purple means a lot to me in my life. So I'm definitely keeping that pack just based off the love of it. So my germination technique I actually got from Welcome to the Grow Tent, another YouTuber that's been doing this for a minute. He's got great results, so I wanted to try it out, and so far I like it. All I use is a 50 count tray with a germination dome. I use some kind of plug. Last time I used Riot Rooter. This time I'm using Organic Plug. This is my first time using this brand. I'm always open to try new things until I find something that I absolutely love. So that's why I'm giving this here a shot after I heard about it. You can pause here to read everything about the product on the front and the back. I also use Clone X solution during the first 2 to 3 weeks of the plant's life. When I water, I give it Clone X once a week. We also got some mycorrhizae, of course. This is the Extreme Gardening Mycos WP, the water soluble kind to help with our water. I'll give that every 2 weeks from here until we're pretty much through flower. And then we're going to be watering with a plain old bottle of purified water. Now that we're done with all that, let's get this bad boy started. So what we're going to be doing is filling up the tray with all 50 plugs. Now I know some of y'all are probably thinking that's not the most cost-effective option, but I do this because I don't have to worry about humidity in the dome when I use all 50 plugs and water all 50 plugs. The humidity stays in the 80s to almost 90s, and I water once a week as they dry out and never have to worry about humidity. I don't have to spritz the dome with any additional water. There's plenty of humidity in that dome when we do it this way. Now you want to plant your seeds in the corners, so that's why you see me moving some of these plugs around to get the best looking ones in the corners where I'm going to be planting the seeds in. So now that is over with, we move on to the next step. The next step being planting the seeds. Of course, you want to make sure that you have some clean hands when you do this, but you just simply put the seeds into the plugs as I'm doing here. The pack came with 4 seeds. I think it was supposed to be a 3-pack, so it came with 4. Shout out to them for the extra seed. We're going to run them all. As I do here, I'm just using a little pipette to push them down a little further into the plug to make sure that they'll be all the way down in there. Let us now prepare the water. It's pretty simple. All we're going to use is 3 mLs of the Clonex solution and about a half a scoop of the mycorrhiza. Of course, it doesn't have to be exact unless you are particular about that kind of stuff, but you just go ahead, dump it all in, and then you give the bottle a really good shake. Now that that's done, we gotta pop some holes in this top because we're going to be watering from the water bottle directly. We're not going to pour this into anything else. So I just grab a little something just to protect the table. I grab this little screwdriver that I use, again, fully sanitized with 91% rubbing alcohol. And then I just pop some holes in the top. About 5 across the top is fine. We give the bottle one last good shake for all the settled mycorrhiza that's in there, and then we begin our watering. And all we're going to do is we're going to spray every single plug, all around the edges, all in the middle, until the whole bottle of water is empty. So let me go ahead and fast forward through this process for y'all. And there you have it, man. We ready to go right into the tent. We just throw the dome on and germination is complete. Now, I really like this method because, like I said, not only do I not have to worry about the humidity with the dome being on there, with all the plugs being watered, but I also don't have to really worry about overwatering the seeds in the very early stages of its life. Now the tent is at 76 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment, but that will jump up to 80 once I close it with the little space heater I have in there. I leave the holes completely open, so that way I don't have to worry about it getting too humid in there and causing any kind of mold. I leave the dome on this riser so that way it's not on the cold surface. We got the light here. This is the Spider Farmer SF1000, and the light is turned to 20% at the moment, and then once they're all sprouted, we'll turn it up to 50%. The tent is the Spider Farmer 2x2 tent. We have the fan. This is an oscillating fan, but we have it at standstill right at the moment, so that way it's blowing air across the top of the dome to keep some air, fresh air going inside. And then every now and then throughout the days, I will come and open the dome to exchange the air inside. As you can see, we got 100% germination rate. So shout out to the genetics. Also shout out to this germination technique from Welcome to the Grow Tent. I'm gonna be using this technique going forward until I find something that works better for me. As we can see here, the seedlings are doing strong inside of the dome. We're sitting at about 75% relative humidity, about 78 degrees inside of the dome, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get a closer look at these seedlings. So phenos 1 and 2 sprouted about 3 days from planting them in the plugs. Then the next day, phenos 3 and 4 sprouted as well. So I can't complain with the time frame. We are now here on day 2 of seedling, which is 5 days from planted. We'll spend the first 2 weeks of their life as seedling, and then we'll move on to the vegetative stage. as we pick up one of the plugs here, just to look at maybe some of this root growth. And oh boy, I did not expect the roots to be busting through like that already. Like I said, we're only 5 days from planting them. So with the roots looking like this, I would normally keep them in the dome for another, I will keep them in the dome for the full 2 weeks. But with the roots looking like that, we're going to have to transplant really soon, probably tomorrow. So be on the lookout for the next drop. And that's all she wrote, Gromies. The Skunk Devil Genetics Devil Fruit HC run is underway. And I can tell you, I am mad excited about these. Harvest cannot get here soon enough. Again, shout out to the Upper Vault. Shout out to Skunk Devil Genetics. Shout out to the Upper Node. All the links will be in the description for you to check everything out and join a dope ass community. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you. Thank you for spending your time with me and checking out how I get my seeds started. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop a comment down there. Again, if you talk, I'ma talk back, so get to chatting. And also share this video with all your friends and family that are into plants and 420 friendly. I really appreciate the love and support, and as always, I hope your day is filled with nothing but peace, dank smoke, and good vibes. I'm out.